Good morning. Merry Christmas. If you don't feel the birth of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ coming in a few days, you better figure out on how you can get it, because you want it, come here to the America First Warehouse. This weekend we had the most spectacular event with Natasha Owens, and here to tell you all about it is my good-looking twin brother Johnny.
Boy, I don't have much to say on that other than...
How about you pick up a microphone? That helps. Oh, my goodness. See, Johnny, boy, you know, you really got
my game this morning.
So did I. We got up early. You had a piece of toast. Okay, so you were here at the most incredible Natasha Owens Christmas family concert. Can you tell us about it?
That's the thing you said. What's going to get somebody to get motivated, to feel great about our birth of our Lord Jesus Christ and everything that comes great with him, is to listen to some of that Christian music. Her music was mind-blowing. You know, besides my favorite song, Trump Won and You Know It, one of my favorite songs, but the Christian music that she sang about Jesus our Lord, oh my God, it would lift anybody, make anybody feel great.
I'm going to tell you, there was not a dry eye in the warehouse, including myself. I'm told that I'm very emotional. Nobody wants to debate that? Come on. I'm a businessman. Emotion should never play. I want facts and I want information. But, yes, I do get a little emotional, especially when it comes to my belief and that I want to share with everybody to understand that the kingdom is at hand for all of us. This is an evil time right now we're in, and we have to rise above it all, and that's what we do here at the America First Warehouse. Another great person that was here was KDJ's fiance, Jessica. And Jessica closed the room, opened the event up with the Star Spangled Banner, and you were here for that, weren't you, KDJ?
I was here. It was amazing. It was a great night for, it was a great night for MAGA is what it was, for Christianity. And I got to tell you, Joe, I get a text Monday from Patriot Billmore. He listens to the show, and he watched, and he said, who are those youngsters? How can I find them? He thought they were great, too.
Well, that was Lila Ray and the local TPUSA gang, a high school band. They've come here to the warehouse with, the hand of God continues to move us in a direction that's incredible. And you know what else is pretty incredible? How blessed am I to have Lisa Azzarelli here with us. Lisa, I lean on her so much, and I appreciate you, Lisa. I lean on Lisa to give us facts and keep us in the know. And she has some headlines that we're going to bring to you right now. Lisa, good morning. I love you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Joe, and Merry Christmas to all our wonderful patriots who view us here at the America First podcast. And yes, I have to say, we had Natasha on last week. Go back, look us up on YouTube, find previous episodes, and you'll see that Natasha truly is a patriotic pop artist, and she brings Christ into the music, but also appreciates our country. Today's headlines, we're going to focus with a Christmas theme. We're going to look and break down what they're doing in government and around New York, but we're going to do it through a new lens with looking at Trump as Santa. Okay, guys, we're going to say Trump is Santa because he's giving a Christmas present to the Navy. He is doing Trump-class battleships, with the first being the USS Defiant. Pow.
Where's your pow, Johnny?
Throw that
Where's
pow
Johnny's
I was
pow?
listening to it this morning. I didn't get the whole story. I wanted to hear what she was saying, Joe. Thanks for
Yep.
All right, get ready, though.
And then we have RFK Jr. Listen, does that R stand for Rudolph? I'd like to know, because he's doing amazing work just declaring that broadly restricting any gender-affirming surgery for minors. He said enough is enough, just like Rudolph went to the island of misfit toys. Remember that episode, guys? And he said, that's right. And he said, you're not broken, guys. You're not broken. You're just different, and you have to deal with some issues. That is what RFK Jr. is saying. Do not change these children's bodies. Pow, okay? And then we go to U.S. District Judge James Boasberg. At it again.
Evil man.
We're calling him the Grinch. Okay, guys? Enough with Boasberg. On December 22nd, he ruled that the administration of President Donald Trump must urgently arrange the return of 137 Venezuelan deportees, claiming that they are entitled to contest their deportation. So we're going to give him the Grinch Award. Lord. Then we go on to Fulton County, Georgia. That is the ghost of elections past. It will not end. More and more is finally coming out about the 2020 election, and it appears that Fulton County, Georgia has a lot of ghosts in its closet, a lot of skeletons there. So it came out that there was a hearing in early December, and 134 tabulator tapes, so that's inside the voting machines. They the chain of custody was broken, and about 315,000 votes were not signed off on. So that is another issue that could definitely sway an election. So we're going to look to that because Rudy Giuliani and others contested that. Sidney Powell contested that, and this is something that is not being contested now by the Attorney General in Georgia. So very interesting there. Lastly, some New York news. We're going to discuss Bruce Blakeman, calling him Bruce Almighty because Stefanik is out and Bruce Blakeman is in, and he's got Trump's endorsement, calling him MAGA all the way. Jingle for the holidays, MAGA all the way. Hochul, we're going to call her Jack Frost. Let's say why? Because she's passing a bill for assisted suicide in New York right before Christmas. So nothing more lovely than a butchering governor for the state of New York. And then lastly, the Anti-Defamation League. We're just going to look at them through the Mamdani lens, where they said that 20% of his staff incoming for January 1st has radical ties to anti-Semitism and other radical activists and activities. Mamdani replied by saying, well, you can't really call it anti-Semitism. It's just criticism. Very interesting reply. So he's not denying it, but he's phrasing it differently. This is all the wild stuff happening that we're going to bring you here on the America First podcast.
So Lisa, you're telling me that shooting 40 Jewish people was just criticism
Right.
to some people. That was just a critique.
It appears so. And Bernie Sanders and Letitia James, by the way, will be by Mamdani's side during his swearing in. I think, I don't know, Letitia James is saying may be the one who's swearing him in. So, yeah, just a critique there, KDJ.
What a crazy time to be alive, and I see these things that are happening. But these are, I mean, I didn't even know which one to attack first. But the first thing I think that came to my mind, I was ready to jump off the table, was this Boasberg guy.
Yeah.
This Boasberg guy was heavily involved in the J6, the whole debacle, the Fedsurrection, Nancy Pelosi planning. I mean, the facts are all out there. So when I hear people getting upset because I say that January 6th is a holiday to me, it's Patriot Day, and it's going to be Ashley Babbitt Day because she is the patriot that laid her life on the line for us, gave her life that day. And on the fourth segment, we're going to be talking about where we're going now. Because not going to be allegedly, I'm definitely going. But this Boasberg guy is so bad. He is so evil. Please, Lord, put this guy in his place. I think that Brennan and all of these other guys that are coming up, Kevin and John and Lisa, that are just doing this to the country are all evil people. It's a small minority. We, the people, are waking up. I feel like we're waking up. Kevin Downey Jr., are they waking up? Do you get that on your show? Do you get that feeling when you walk around?
Thank you for asking, John. I'll tell you, not only are they waking up, they're waking up angry. Mm-hmm. When I say they, I don't mean the people like us who are, in the trenches taking grenades and whatnot. I mean your average American sitting at home who does like Trump now. Maybe he did in the first election, maybe not the second. Now they're on Trump's side. They're watching. They go, "Wow, I see it now." And I will criticize them for taking too long. I didn't shoot them. I just said, "Yeah, I wish you had jumped on board a little while ago." But I'm happy to have you on our side. And they're angry. That's the kicker. They weren't angry before. Now they're angry.
We see it the way the crowds are getting less and less, and the truth's getting out. And I think the biggest thing that's changing a lot of people is the Jesus Christ, our Lord Jesus Christ. I think what Charlie Kirk did and the TPUSA is out there. They're seeing riots and evil. I mean, that's evil stuff. When you see flames, fires, breakdowns, people stealing and looting, and they think the only way was their way, that Muslim way or that evil way. But more people are turning Christian. That's why you see a big difference of what's going on now.
Yeah, and you know what else? Did you see this? Church attendance way up in the United States, way up. They were closing churches.
Yes.
They were closing them down. Church attendance way up, even for younger people.
The churches were turning themselves down. My church closed up. We couldn't even get in there. And that's when it started changing to me that, I believe that Jesus is way bigger than just the Roman Catholic Church that I was following. And I found that goodness and love is in so many different formats. But the idea behind Christianity, Judaism lifestyle is what our nation is created on. And I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be a God-fearing American. But these evildoers are out there. This young man that attacked me a couple of weeks ago, I'm still paying the price. I found out that, thank goodness, my shoulder wasn't torn, the rotator cuff. But unfortunately, the ball inside has been cracked, and it's going to take a while for that fracture to heal. So I'm going to walk around with pain, a reminder that it's real out there. Watch over your shoulder. Don't trust them. I don't trust any one of them. They are going to hurt you. They don't want to discuss it with you. And you got 40 seconds to close this down, Kevin. You were born in Dearborn, Michigan. You know what's happening in that country, and that country's right here too. Don't go into the city. I'm telling you right now, I don't want my kids. I'll do anything for them to stay out of the city. Agreed?
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. I grew up in Detroit. I was born in Dearborn. This has been going on there for decades. But you know what? They always kept it on the DL, as the kids say, on the down low. But now it's out. They're like, well, we got enough people here. Let's start shooting.
Not only shooting, but let's start stealing.
Yep.
What is with these people? I'm telling you what, for 10 seconds, I'm just going to say, Lord Jesus Christ, please give us the strength and the wisdom to continue our battle here at the America First Warehouse.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single Justice for All with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. We'll get ready for round 2. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring, the anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We have a great thing happening here at the America First Warehouse. I love that end of that video because they always go, "Hey, Joe, I'm in your office. I see you, FXDL low ride it. Do you really ride it around?" Well, there's the video of me. I went around the Finger Lakes with my sons on a wonderful opportunity in America to be able to do that up there in the Finger Lakes. I don't think that the blue cities have affected the Finger Lake areas as much as they have in these cities. And the Christmas time is really, I mean, what a time to give love and be close with the people that you do love. But it's hard to love everybody. At least it's hard for me. I love anybody that loves this country, loves God, Judeo-Christian values, Christianity. It's just a great thing. But this Islamic nation that they're forcing down our throats, that the Biden administration brought in by the 20 million. Okay? Will you play that clip that I found about the 65,000 Islamic terrorist attacks worldwide as compared to the white supremacy? And you tell me what's happening.
So
William, you got that queued up? Let it rock.
Was real until I looked it up myself.
Loud up in the house, too, please.
65,000 Islamist terror attacks since 9/11. 65,000 spread over
House
70
volume.
countries. And we're not supposed to draw any conclusions from this, right? They're just coincidences. 65,000 coincidences. And just in case you think I'm cherry-picking data, which would be a natural conclusion, you might ask, what about the other religions? So let's look at them. If you take the world's other 4 major religions, Christianity, Hinduism, Judaism, and Buddhism, those 4 religions combined account for roughly 2% of all religiously motivated terror attacks. Islam is responsible for the other 98%. And by the way, no one is more knowledgeable about this fact than the Muslim leaders themselves, who have been very successful imprisoning, eliminating, and sending away all of their true believers into the arms of white liberals in the West who are just so eager to bring them in.
Pow. That is powerful. And believe me, this is exactly what's happening. And they call it Takira or something like that, where they come in and they act right, lie. So, but I do believe that our great President Donald Trump understands that. Our great President Donald Trump invokes God in almost every conversation that he has, in almost every speech that he has. He's a God-loving American president, okay? So he sees what's happening when he looks in Michigan. And KDJ moved out of there probably because of this state. So listen, let me give you the facts. Over 65,000 terrorist attacks caused, religious terrorist attacks caused by the Muslim community. 65,000. If somebody's got a calculator, you can give me the 2 that the other 4 major religions. And if you took out the Christianity, you know what you're going to find in there? 0. Like Poland. Help me out here, man. I'm getting so angry. Johnny boy, jump in with me.
It's not even it's a common sense thing, you know, and they definitely are brainwashed. It's just so sad to see how even the young kids don't see and feel, but I'm going to go with the optimistic. It's that time of the year to feel good about it, and I know it's changing. I can see it changing, and I'm looking forward to when we finally have a country that emulates our Jesus Christ, our country, and we're going to live like unbelievable. I mean, it's only started. It's only 100 days. Imagine what it's going to be like this time next year. It's going to blow everybody's mind. I am looking forward to it. Thank you, Jesus.
It's almost an impossible task. I can't believe the task that Trump has in front of him. Lisa, is it a task that he can accomplish?
I mean, absolutely. And what he has done, Trump, again, with the Christmas theme today, it is like Santa Claus. We have not seen a president give back to the country in this way in many administrations. And we are talking about someone who's bringing truth to the people. And it's kind of is shocking. Talking about waking up, we're waking up on a whole level that some people are having difficulty processing because we thought we're safe, right? We're in America and we're safe and things will pass and elections will come and everything is going to be fine. And it didn't happen. What we learned were that other administrations were leaving people inside to continue their agenda. And that was very frightening now that we understand that. Now that DOJ took place, and Trump came in the first time where I think he really didn't even realize how embedded this deep state was. Now, the second time around, he's doing amazing things to remove those rotten roots. And part of it, right, was brought on with Brennan and Obama in that they brought in a lot of this division in the country. They claimed that it wasn't, but truly it was. And they said, oh, we have to, respect this minority community, this minority community, acting as though America was this terrible country that abused these people. But then why would so many have come here through the ages, through the decades? And that really is in and of itself proof of the beauty of this country. You're accepted and you're loved. And then when you have people who instead are paid by sources like Soros to throw bricks and cause chaos and burn buildings like BLM, you begin to wonder what's really the deeper thing going on here. And Trump is finally exposing that all. So Merry Christmas.
Lisa, you're amazing. I love the way you put that together because it's so true and it feels so true. I do believe that the change is coming. Trump is making a lot of great things happen. And I know KDJ's got some ideas on this as well. Tell us.
Thank you, sir. I firmly believe that Trump changed the culture, which is what had to happen before we could make serious changes. He's saying things publicly that if he had said it back in 2018, oh, look, he's such a racist, he's such a this, he's such a that. Now people are going, yeah, he's right. We didn't want to say it before. Well, I mean, we didn't care. But, people in the middle say, well, you can't really talk about those Muslims, the way they magically explode when they get near a bunch of Westerners. It's really crazy. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to be seen as Islamophobic. But when they're blowing you up, you get to talk about it, and that's where we are now. And not only are we not afraid to say, hey, what's with all these Muslims exploding around Westerners, now we mock the people who don't have the fortitude, shall we say, to stand up for themselves and say, hey, we got a problem here with these Muslims. But Trump sees it, and he calls it out, and no one calls them Islamophobic anymore because we're all on the same side. Trump changed that culture, and it's going to stay in our direction for at least 20 years.
It just makes me so angry when I watch the fake news media and as they continue to spin this. 65,000 terrorist attacks, and 98% of them was from the Islamic beliefs.
And the truth of the fact is that information that you got there, you're not going to see on public broadcasting. Public broadcasting, isn't that for the public? Isn't that for us? You know that they're allowed to park their vans anywhere there is any kind of activity going on because it's supposed to get the information out to the public. But they probably spent 0% on that kind of information and 100% on all the garbage. Yep. And as long as that doesn't get straightened out, they're going to be people out there that are naive and idiots.
You know what scares me? We can't let this violence become the new normal. We can't let that happen because it's like, oh, daddy's drunk again. He's always drunk. But just because you get used to it doesn't mean it's normal. And these people are going to keep killing our kids and raping people until we put a stop to it. Now, they've been very successful in Western Europe, but we are not Western Europeans. We may be of them and from them, but we have guns, we have ideas, and we don't back down. Much like, and I'm not saying they're all cowards over there. I mean, I don't know what their problem is. But when they come to my neighborhood and start raping and killing people, I'm not going to sit there on my hands. I'm going to be the first guy out there walking around with whatever I can legally walk around with going, hey, we got to talk about something. And that's when you'll see a change.
We got to stop the vicious protests, the violence that are out there in the road. We know where it's coming from. I hear things are going to happen. George Soros and his NGOs are killing our country. There's no way we should stand up for that and look like, I don't want to watch the news in our country that I see out in the third world, that all that havoc and destruction it is. I mean, it hurts me to see it here in our country.
Well, I asked my boys, because they like to always give, try and keep me on a level ground because they know how radical I am. And I guess that's what you can call it. I'm a radical. I'm ultra MAGA. Ultra MAGA. I think that's what it is. But they were trying to say, trying to give me other perspectives on how we see things. But honestly, my side is very clear. This country is very important to us. Our citizenship is more important than anything. And when you got 20 million people that are thrown into this country in a 4-year period under the sleepy Joe Biden, Trump nailed it when he described every one of the president's pictures down the hallway of presidents. Okay? But here's what's happening with that mainstream media. They're not letting it happen. They're not letting us happen. We have been broadcasting and promoting the America First movement for 8 years out of here. You know who else doesn't help us? Our local Republican Party. Our local Republican Party, none of them have ever come in here in the 8 years that I've been yelling, America First, citizenship is important to me. Have they come in here? I'm going to tell you something else, too. They vote against us 45% of the time. That voting record is easily accessible and public information you can get. Our local congressmen, daughters of our local GOP, give one crap about you. But I do. The America First media and television is taking off, baby. And you know what we love? Bruce Blakeman. Bruce Almighty, you are an America First patriot. I know it. You know why? Donald Trump just told us. Give me that paper over there. I got another great congressman. Slide that over here to me. It's right here. His name is Greg Hack. He's running for Congress in number 3. He's taking the George Santos place. They destroyed him. I mean, sure, he made it easy for them. You look at every congressman. What do we got, a minute left over here? You look at every congressman and you look at how much money they made coming in. Donald Trump was a millionaire going in. He lost money. Greg Hack is a millionaire. He's got his own money, too, because he might not get any help from the Republican Party. I told him, especially if he comes in here.
That's where it starts in our local elections. We got to get the America First candidates out there, and everybody's got to do it. It can't be just us screaming it from here, because we can't do it from here. We need it for that area that Greg Hatch is in. We need to get America First candidates and America First, period.
You're absolutely right, Johnny, but we do have a voice in here. The America First warehouse, America First Media and Televisions, has a loud voice. And it's getting loud. And Nastasha Owens was here. All of our great friends. Rudy Giuliani, my good buddy. He's going to get pardoned and cleaned up. I know what's happening. KDJ, you have a big voice too, don't you?
I like to pretend I do, but I don't really clean up. I look like this no matter what. I just got out of the shower.
Let me tell you, KDJ, you got a haircut for radio, as my mother might have said. What'd she mean by that? See you back here.
Have you noticed your money just doesn't stretch like it used to? Your paycheck feels lighter, and your savings aren't growing. The culprits? Inflation and increased money supply. They've both been quietly eating away at your purchasing power for years. Today, the dollar's value has dropped significantly. You feel it every time you spend money on goods and services. Back in 1965, $1 or an ounce of silver could buy you a gallon of milk. Fast forward to today. That same dollar barely buys a couple of coffee creamers, while an ounce of silver would get you 8 gallons of milk. Gold and silver have held their value for centuries. If you had 2,500 ounces of silver back in 1965, you could buy a brand new Ford Mustang. Today, 2,500 ounces of silver would buy you 2 Mustangs. Similarly, in the year 2000, 628 ounces of gold would buy a new $170,000 home. Today, 628 ounces would buy you a $2,500,000 home. The problem? 95% of Americans don't own physical gold or silver. They think it's too complicated and too expensive, but it doesn't have to be. We offer a membership program that allows you to buy gold or silver with as little as $1. You can buy fractional amounts, safely vault them, or have them delivered to your doorstep, and you can liquidate them whenever you want at the highest buyback price in the industry. Ready to protect your wealth and keep your purchasing power? Scan the QR code or go to tafw.soundmoney.com to learn more.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome to Right for America. Issues that unite, don't ignite.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to the Patriots Podcast. Good evening, everyone. We live stream every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. right here from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in all the land.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Welcome to Liberty's Cage, the podcast tearing down the walls of America's broken justice system.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Hello, it's me, Joe the Box. The only acceptable burqa allowed. Somebody might have worn this.
No burqas, no masks.
In January 6th. There was a lot of people, right, at January 6th. None of those burqa stuff. You shouldn't wear them. I'm telling you, I think they should ban them. And face, they don't want masks on ICE, which is really stupid. But the mask on the Antifa and the guys that are attacking us, the whole community, that's too bad. January 6th. Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. New Year's Eve. Who's going to go into the city on New Year's Eve? Anybody on this panel?
Nope.
I'm going to not recommend it. And, Johnny, you going?
It used to be something exciting to go into the Macy's Day Parade and then go and see the New Year's Eve Parade. I was always want to watch it home from TV. I think that's more comfortable. Where do you even go to use a bathroom when there's so many people over there? But yeah, I think anybody goes any place that's in.
Do what you always do. Go in your pants.
You're risking danger. But that's your choice in life. And I think what's really going to hit the film. Well, he's not even in yet.
Right.
Wait till he gets in, then you can see how beautiful it is.
Oh my goodness!
I think we're looking at a very dangerous situation just from the mindset of the people he's bringing on to his staff, right? So that was discussed that he's bringing in people who are radicals. We know that one of them was interviewed. One of the females was interviewed who she would bring to lunch.
That was
we
a guy.
discussed this on the show. It could have been, and she said that she would love to have lunch with someone who passed away, who was a radical that shot a New Jersey trooper, Shakira something, I believe, right? Wow. And that's who one of Mamdani's coming on to his staff would like to have lunch with. But she's passed. They spoke in kind of theory. Who would you? And so it's just that type of thing that they are emboldened. They are emboldened in their hate. And that is so frightening to know that on January 1st, those type of people will be in official seats in New York City. We look at this and we say, how did it happen, right? And knowing that Stefanik is out and Blakeman is in is maybe a sign that the people are concerned on a much larger level for governor in 2026. And they're hoping that we can get a balance. And if we bring in Blakeman, he could, if need be, remove the mayor because the governor has the right to do so. And we need to carefully tread in what's going to happen with Mamdani. But it doesn't look good just by the sheer fact of who he's putting in his staff. And I'm very concerned as to why, like you said, Joe, the Republican Party in charge of the city, right, those who run those chapters or units of the GOP would have allowed this to happen. Why not put up a candidate that was unbeatable? We all respect Curtis Lewa. Me personally, he protected us when I grew up in New York City. The trains were much safer thanks to him, and he dedicated his life to protecting people. However, he did not do well the first time around. So why would the GOP put him up again the second time around? It's almost as if they wanted, right, us to fail, maybe to expose what the Democrats are really doing the hard way. We're going to learn the hard way. Who knows? What do you think?
Raise your hand if you want to answer this one.
Yeah.
Kevin.
The day after Obama won the first time, I emailed the local GOP office, said, I'm fed up. I'll volunteer. I'll stuff envelopes. I don't want money. What can I do to help? Never got a response.
Never got a response.
Next time, I was living across the Hudson in West New York, New Jersey, and Obama won again. Contacted the local GOP. I'm fed up. I want to help. What can I do? Never got a response. There's no ground game for the GOP. They're a bunch of spineless people who I'm not even sure they're not working with the Democrats at this point. Right. I'm not sure they are because there's so much cheating. You know what? I missed an election, and I went back because they opened up a big book, and they said, when's the last time you voted? I go, I don't know. They said, oh, you voted last year. I go, I definitely didn't. And she goes, oh, and it flips page. Not my signature, my name. Someone else just came along, put it in, and now KDJ votes for this one. And I didn't vote because I didn't like either of them.
Yeah. Well,
They're cheating.
they're going to clean that up. Look at what's happening in Fulton County. The truth,
Yes.
my man Rudy Giuliani, the greatest mayor ever, good friend John Eastman, another great attorney, who was calling out that Ratzenberger guy from day one, and he's the one that really that hid these 350,000 ballots. And the truth is going to come out because the Lord is making it happen. New York City is New York shitty. What else can I say? That's Scotty Lebedo's saying that to me. Washington, D.C. is another bad garbage hole, but no more. Johnny and I were down in D.C. You recall, Johnny? We went down there, and I mean, there's still woke signs and all over the place at the bus stops on every corner, and men kissing each other in the pictures. You know, I mean, I don't know what they're advertising, but me and Johnny, we wanted to give each other a kiss too because we were happy to be in Trump Town. He cleaned that place up. Put that picture up of the Patriot, and then I like the shot with Johnny and I, but I want to see the picture of Ashley Babbitt that I found out there, and there's some information coming up. January 6th is Patriot Day in Washington, D.C., and we are going down there again, and many people are going down to January 6th to there you go, recognize a day in history. We know now truths, and so many truths are coming out about January 6th, and we have a bunch of videos, a few videos lined up. One of them is from the greatest patriot of all. That's Ashley Babbitt herself. If you can find that one as a video, Ashley Babbitt's discussion about our great country. I know that video is available to us.
So despite what the media tells you, boots on ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots and Trump.
We can't
and
hear
it was amazing. We could see the president talk. We are now walking down the inaugural path to the Capitol building. 3 million plus people.
We didn't really hear it much here, but that was the actual words of Ashley Babbitt as she was peacefully marching to the Capitol. And she was talking amazingly about how she loved the country. She served the country for 12 years. And she was like every other patriot that was down there, very upset with the stolen election, which has been proven. They were very upset the way the decisions that are demonic Democrats. I mean, because what's happening now is the power of God is moving. So we're going to be down in January 6th. That was her. Let's bring up the one video. We got 4 minutes here on this segment. Let's bring up the one video with Donald Trump, where he talks about the patriot Ashley Babbitt. Loud, please.
In 3 hours, over 140 officers were injured that day.
And a person named Ashley Babbitt was killed.
Yes.
You know what? She was killed, and she shouldn't have been killed. And that thug that killed her, there was no reason to shoot her. At blank range, cold blank range, they shot her. And she was a good person. She was a patriot. There was no reason. There was no reason. And he went on television to brag about the fact that he killed her.
The officer was not bragging about the fact that he killed her, but
bragging.
one person who was at the
Wow. You know, and what really angers me, and we've been trying to talk about this through the through the whole show, is that fake news. Did you see that broad? I say broad because I probably know her name, but I'm not even going to say it. I don't care. It's a disgrace. How she tries twisting and turning President Trump, but he's a pro. He's been in front of the devil many, many times. So when she says he wasn't bragging, his name was Michael Byrd. He got promoted to a captain. He left his gun armed in the men's room. That's right. A patriot citizen found it in the men's room and brought it to the Capitol Police, and it was his gun left loaded. You know what happened to him? Nothing. I think he got a slap on the wrist. They kept him in charge. They kept him in there. The incompetence of the Capitol Police Department. The incompetence of the Capitol is all over the place. Do I have another video on that? Or you know what? Let's go to the one of the alleged patriots that was allegedly down there. Did you see the horror that the American MAGA patriots were doing down there?
I got to be honest. I may have been there. I didn't see any violence. The only thing I saw, at one point, some riot police lined up, and a guy yelled, "Why are you doing this against us and not Antifa?" and pushed a cop, and a bunch of Trumpers jumped on him, pulled him back, said, "We don't fight the cops. were on the side of the cops. I didn't see anything close to violence at all whatsoever. I did see some patriots coming back whose their faces were red. You can tell they got pepper blasted for whatever they did. I don't know. They weren't pepper blasting Antifa when they were burning D.C. for 3 or 4 nights. That was fine. Another thing about that woman who said, what about these cops who got hurt? What about the 2,200 cops injured in the George Floyd riots? George Floyd, he wasn't even killed by the cops. We know that now. He OD'd on fentanyl. There was enough fentanyl in George Floyd to kill 3.5 career criminal George Floyds. That's how he died, but they let the hippies burn the joint after that. See, they hold us, and we hold ourselves to higher standards. They're a bunch of animals. They're a bunch of communist animals. That's all they are, big, fat, blue-haired chicks who don't shave their armpits. They want to have abortions, but men won't go near them, not real men. And that's who we're up against. But they're all, like someone just said to me on Facebook, why don't you condemn Trump's tweet about Rob Reiner? I said, Rob Reiner was an animal. He was a deep state CIA animal. And he said horrible things about Trump. Reiner is one of the reasons Charlie Kirk got shot. Because when you went around going, he's a Nazi and all his followers are Nazis, well, what do you think the stupid and the weak are going to do? They're going to start shooting us. All right? They never talk about that. It's always, what about the 200 cops? And it wasn't even 200 cops injured. All right? We know now that was a lie because the cops who testified for the BS J6 committee, they all got a free pass like Hunter got. Why? Because they lied. There wasn't 200 cops injured. And let's say there was 150. That pales compared to what the communists have been doing in this country. So let's talk about that. But they won't. They're always going to jump on our throats.
We are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it a lot. A lot. We have a show on the America First Media and Television lineup. It's the prison reform is what it was really starting with. And we have the J6ers on there. We have Stand in the Gap, one of the great organizations that we love and promote here at the America First Warehouse. That's Sarah Maccabee, a voice for the J6ers. They're doing so fantastic. There's a new song that they came out with. They're going to come up here to the warehouse and sing it for us. You can download it on iTunes right now. It all goes to Stand in the Gap, one of our great Patriot friends. Last segment coming right up.
You've worked hard and saved, but inflation and increased money supply are eroding your buying power. Protect and grow your wealth with physical gold and silver. Sound Money. With a Sound Money wallet, your wealth stays in your control. Buy fractionally, vault securely, ship directly, and instantly liquidate your gold and silver at the highest buyback price in the industry. Real money, real ownership. Visit tafwsoundmoney.info. or scan the QR code and start securing your financial future today.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country. It's me, Joe the Box, and my great friends. I love everybody here, and I really have so much fun with everybody. As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to my mom, Johnny Boy. My mom was saying she'd like to give a Merry Christmas gift to KDJ to go to Salon 62, 620. I believe it might be a Bible verse. Here at the outside the America First Warehouse is a business, KDJ. So Merry Christmas from my mom. And the reason why I say that, Merry Christmas, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
And I say that because in that last clip, I needed some mousse. And, you know, right even now, I could use a little bit of hair design myself. All right. We put up a video up there about J6, okay? And I think I have one that kind of explains or gives us a story of J6. If you guys can cue that one up there, Billy and...
He used to sing the national anthem at 9 p.m. every single night.
In prison?
Yes. As the greatest defiance to tyranny that we could think of. We would sing the national anthem though we were locked up. And after a week of me being locked up with the rest of the Patriots in the D.C. Gulag, I started screaming in the national anthem. And they got really upset because we had just endured the Colin Kaepernick garbage where you're disrespecting the anthem while taking a knee. So while I'm screaming, they're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, stop. You're a veteran. I thought you believed in this nation more than this. And I said, that's exactly why I'm screaming. Because when I scream those words, still there, in the middle of our anthem, I'm telling our enemies of our nation and our God that my love in my country and my hope that things are going to be fixed is still there. My faith in my God is still there. So that's why I scream those lyrics. That's why everybody screamed those lyrics from here on out. And that's why when you listen to Justice for All, that Trump cranked out a couple of years ago or whatever, that he was a part of, we screamed those words because I implemented that, and that's the story you learn in that book, still there.
Wow, very powerful. And those are the words of Lego Man. Lego Man I have not met yet, but I know I'm going to. He was great friends with Shane Jenkins, Johnny Boy.
Oh.
Johnny, you love Shane, don't you?
I love him from my head to my foot.
Johnny Boy was doing a little bit of education on wrestling, a move, and got caught, and Shane stepped on him. Shane's a gorilla biscuit. Actually, I saw a funny video with Shane. He was bucking some guy off. I thought maybe that's what happened to you. He threw him off his shoulder. Shane Jenkins from the podcast with us was in January 6th in jail, and that was his great friend, Lego Man. And what I know about Lego Man is that he had in the box he was packing for one of his kids was a Lego set of the Capitol. It wasn't even open. It was still in the plastic. But when the FBI raided his home, and we're going to hear a lot more from him very soon, that's what they found in the pile of toys, and they took that in as evidence against him. But he was also in the Gulag with this song. The J6 song, the national anthem that Donald Trump says the Pledge of Allegiance, my favorite task here at the warehouse. I'm tasked to always do the Pledge of Allegiance, but I always have some great patriots behind me that will step in. I talked about KDJ's girl Jessica, his fiancée, sang the Star Spangled Banner for us the other night, opening up another terrific, incredible night. But I'm going to say that we got about 8 minutes left into the segment, and we went off on many tangents back and forth. But my three favorite people, I'm going to give each one of you 2.10 minutes. Go at it.
I want to know something now. I want to know, is there anybody out there that actually says that there was an insurrection on January 6th? Right. Is there people out there that actually say it? Because that's how brainwashed that we are. Because I like President Trump. Every time he said, "Oh, you're from the fake news." Okay, and here's your question, because that's the only time they're going to get it out there. They're still watching public broadcasting systems, and they are bad-mouthing our country, bad-mouthing our president. And unfortunately, there are people that I don't know what to say. I mean, there's only good and there's evil. So you got to make a choice. And now we're going to think about it, and we are going to go down to January 6th, into Washington, D.C. And I tell you, the only reason I'm going is because it's a whole different regime. And we didn't think about that before they got attacked in there by the left side. They didn't think about that while they had to spend 4 years of their life, whether in solitary or even in jail, away from their families. It's going to be a different thing. But I guarantee you the fence will be around. I guarantee you there'll be plenty of guards. And I guarantee there won't be any problem other than a few of the hecklers that are there all the time that are on the payroll. So I'm looking forward to being down there. I'm going to feel real safe when I'm down there. But, I'll be with a bunch of friends, too, this time.
Well, John, you still got a minute and a half.
Oh my God. I can't do anymore. I'm done. Help me out, KDJ.
Fill his time.
Go for it.
What's going to be fun about this trip is there will be Antifa trying to mix in and cause trouble. You can recognize him. It's easy. It's the man in a dress. Look for that guy because he's not on your side. On January 6th, I saw these knuckleheads wearing MAGA hats, and I go, he's not one of us. He's the guy scowling, walking around, and he's not one of us. I've seen it 100 times. They're going to try that. It's not going to work. I'm telling you, man, real Americans are fed up. I'm fed up. I am the nicest guy in the world. I'm not a tough guy. I am getting to the point where I'm like, maybe we got to fight back, literally and physically, because they're killing us. And they've made a mistake. These idiots on the far left have made a mistake. They've gotten away with so much. They're mostly rich white kids who never had to, face the consequences for their stupidity like the rest of us. Believe me, I've said things and gotten punched and go, all right, maybe I shouldn't say that. And I've done stupid things, and my dad will whack me and go, okay, I learned a lesson. Don't do that. They've never had that. And now they're going to see we're not just going to walk into our own extinction without a fight. We've been very Christian. We've been, we haven't been violent yet. We haven't.
Parents' fault.
Parents' fault, 100%. I know a woman who raised one son, and the kid didn't call her mom. He called her Janet, her name. Hey, Janet, can I stay out late? And her thing was never say no, give the kid options, which is a horrible way to raise a kid because now he's going to think life will give him options. And some of these knuckleheads, the ones who stand in front of the cars, the best thing in the world. People blazing through them now. I can watch those videos all day and just rewind. It's always like some chubster who's never learned a lesson in his or her life. Now they're learning. Now it's happening. And you will see there will be more violence coming from our end if they don't back down. I'm not condoning it. I'm not recommending it. I am calling it as I see it. I think it's coming. And, like Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Now they get arrested for it, so that's the thing that I like to see.
Yes.
Spitting on them, and then all of a sudden the can of spray comes out, and, as long as they're being held accountable, maybe they won't do that, and it was never done before like that.
I'd like to explain the rules here to Johnny Boy a little bit, okay? He had his 2 minutes and 10 seconds. He only wanted to give a minute. He only wanted to give it a minute 20, all right? KDJ jumped in and did just perfect. Lisa, I want to give you the time you deserve to.
I won't interrupt, I promise.
Always a fun time here on the America First podcast. But what I like the best is that we really do discuss the topics with an air of skepticism, observation, and we look at things from a research angle. And that is so important to someone like me in education. But most importantly, it's because it gives us an opportunity to share with our viewers that actions speak louder than words. And if we really take into account some of the things that KDJ and Johnny and Joe say, we look at the actions of those in power at the time, and especially with J6, why would they not share all the film and the footage? Why would there be instances where some of those people were so frightened about what was going to happen to them that they actually committed suicide beforehand, even though they had no criminal background to begin with? Those things, when you look at them, and what Tucker Carlson brought forth in revealing a lot of the hidden footage is so disturbing that officials that we elected would have done that to the people of our country just because their viewpoint may have been conservative. And so when we see that even though groups that came in and tormented the towns and cities of America were paid for by George Soros or involved in the organizations affiliated with George Soros, that is just another example of actions speak louder than words. And KDJ is right. These people were children or acting like children, but young adults who were very privileged and never really had to go out and get things for themselves and understand the difficulties of hard living. And then here they are just acting like they're anti-fascists when they themselves are the fascists. And that brings us back home to New York again. Now here we are staring down in the face of Democrat socialism, and they are proud to say it, electing radicals to their offices. And then we have a governor currently in control who is saying, yeah, abortion till the very last minute, no problem. Put a golden statue that praises abortion on the top of court buildings. And yes, now let's sign bills for assisted suicide. And in Governor Hochul's words, when the Catholic Church attacked her for that, she turned around and said, oh, well, I'm Catholic too, and my God is merciful, and we must be merciful too. So we're going to take live, acting like you're God. I'm sorry, Hochul, you are not God. And what you're doing is actually evil and demonic. It is just a disregard for life. And we already have hospice and facilities that take care of people in need like that. So why would you push ahead and say, no, let's let them choose to suicide themselves? No, I'm sorry. That is just not a faith-filled state. And when you lose your way, this is what happens. So this time, this Christmas season, I want to just wish everybody a wonderful and spiritual time. Find your faith and bring it back.
Look at that angel over there, Lisa Azzarelli. You're like, you're the diamond in the rough with the three of us over here. That's what I'm thinking, right? But Johnny, we got a minute, you and I. There was a shot with just the both of us. I don't know if you can get that together with us. But Johnny and I are committed to the America First movement. We are going down to January. We're going to see our friends down there on January 6th. We want to support every America First candidate. So if you have a Christmas wish that you'd like to be part of the movement, we want you to go to the info at the America First Warehouse. We want to help you. Now, we're not going to help you with money, but we're going to help you with this, the platform that's being created here, the America First Media and Television. Even though we only got 2,000 friends on Facebook, we got over 25,000 emails. This is growing. Johnny, 17 seconds. It's all yours. You better bring us home.
The America First Warehouse. What a great place to hang out with. And anything in life I had gotten was the time I had to meet with these people from J6. I love it. I'm looking forward to see them. And I'm going to feel nice and safe while I'm there in the city of Trump.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I said